everybody, this is Marlon1995 and it's time to do my countdown to the best movie of 2015. If you have not seen my last video where I counted down the 5 worst films of 2015, be sure to check that out. Now, I saw 22 films last year, so in this video we're going to be going from number 17 to number 1. Just because they're on this list doesn't mean they're a good movie, but it means they're not the 5 worst films I saw. So let's get going. Number 17 is Ted 2. Ted 2 was an okay film. It had its funny moments, but overall it was kind of meh. Although I did love all the Transformers references.
What the f?
Number 16 is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I lost interest in The Hunger Games after Catching Fire, which is both my favorite book and movie. Mockingjay, the book felt rushed, and the movies felt too long, yet somewhat still rushed. Number 15 is Project Almanac. Even though it is my number 15 film, I quite enjoyed this movie. I saw it in theaters and got the DVD for $2 on Black Friday, and I can really see myself watching this every once in a while in the future. Number 14 is Black Mass. This was actually a very good movie, it just didn't interest me that much. Johnny Depp did a great job playing the real-life gangster.
Look at his face.
Number 13 is Pixels. Alright, look, it wasn't that bad. The time away from fighting alien video games got a little boring, but it started out great and ended on a very high note. Number 12 is Mad Max Fury Road. I might get a lot of hate for this being so far down the list, and maybe it'll move up after seeing it a second time, but something was lacking from this visually beautiful film. Maybe it was Max. Jokes aside though, the story just felt a little too simple. Number 11 is Daddy's Home. While not a perfect film, Daddy's Home had plenty of laughs and an ending that will have you rolling if you spend a decent amount of time on the internet. Number 10 is Terminator Genisys. A lot of people don't like this movie, and I'm actually not one of them. I thought it was a great action film that kept me hooked even with the crazy time travel nonsense, although I was a little disappointed with the lack of characterization of John Connor. Number 9 is Furious 7. This superhero film... Oh wait, what? It isn't? Oh, my bad. Well anyway, this over-the-top movie felt like I was watching some epic event going down, which saved it from a plot counting on coincidence after coincidence. And then there's that Paul Walker tribute that makes any grown man want to break down like a girl watching The Notebook. Number 8 is the Avengers Age of Ultron. While not as great as the first team-up film, this was a decent entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe franchise that had plenty of cool moments. If only the Hulk and Black Widow romance didn't feel so out of place.
You know, with the benefit of hindsight.
Number 7 is AntMan, a Marvel movie that seems to get better with each viewing. After kicking the nonsensical science to the curb, it's a very solid movie that is highlighted by some amazing Michael Pena story times.
He tells me about this girl, Emily, that we used to kick it with. It was actually the first pair of boobs I'd ever touch.
It's the wrong details. It has nothing to do with the story.
Number 6 is Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. The Tom Cruise stunts have not reached Fast and Furious crazy yet, but they're certainly getting close. In this case, the stunts in this Mission Impossible movie shine, and Rogue Nation has a great story to go along with it, which reminded me a bit of the '96 film. Number 5 is Jurassic World. This film topped my list for a while until eventually fading to a top 5. The park being open for business was a brilliant idea and was executed very well. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard were great, and the Easter eggs were terrific. Only downside was the teenage boy staring at girls for no other reason than being a teenage boy. Number 4 is The Martian, a great film that might have been just a tad too long as I was ready for it to be over about 20 minutes earlier, otherwise it would have been the chart topper. Matt Damon, aka Iron Man, did a superb job and the supporting cast was on point as well. Number 3, Star Wars Episode 7 The Force Awakens. Only complaint is that it tried to call back on the past movies a little bit too much. Otherwise, it was a blast to watch in IMAX 3D, the visuals were amazing, and that spoilery event that happened gave a terrific emotional punch of adrenaline to the final lightsaber battle and ending. Number 2, we have The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I feel like this Cold War movie flew way under the radar. It's a movie that I can watch again and again. The cinematic style simply looks awesome, and the vehicle chase mixed with the music toward the end of the film sealed the deal of making this one of my favorite films of the year. And number 1, the best and my favorite movie of 2015, Bridge of Spies. Strangely enough, another Cold War film, this time starring Tom Hanks. The acting is superb, the story is great, the set design was magnificent, and the almost 2.5-hour runtime felt perfect. So there you have it, that is my list counting down to the best film of 2015, in my opinion. Now this list was composed of partly what I like and dislike about movies, and partly of them being a good movie overall. So, it is my opinion. You guys can have your own opinion. If you do not agree, that is fine, and if you feel the need to tell me so, that comment section is down there just for you. So, tell me, what was your favorite movie of 2015? Let me know in the comment section, and until next time, I am Marlon from 75. Thanks for watching.